Okay, today here on Sunday, this afternoon, I'm going to talk about a few things, but number one is going to be symbolism or synonyms. That's what the chapter is called of the Glynn Inniss Papers. Okay, so we have, I start with symbolism, synonyms, astrotheology, because all numbers or the alphabet, religions, and the characters in the Bible are the seven planets or the 12 zodiacs. The 12 zodiacs so important because we go through the procession of the equinox. We go through all 12. So we have examples like the 12 apostles, 12 tribes of Israel. King Arthur had 12 knights. These are all symbols. We have the 12 cranial nerves in the brain, 7 chakras, 7 days of a week. I've been told by a story through my family that we were Hebrew Israelites. But how are we Israelites when really the Israelites are, I think, the sun or Saturn? Okay, we got the Jesus equals Horus. Okay, or Elohim, or the Lamb, because before we have the current Jesus, which is Borgio, the Pope's son, if I'm not mistaken, one of the Pope's son around the Council of Nicaea time. So we have, the Lamb. So if you go to Egypt, you see temples. You'll see a lot of lambs. Which one is this? Maybe I was in Luxor. Okay. Saturn. Saturn is Cronus. Cronus is just like time. Time is because Saturn is the big planet, the biggest revolver around sun, our sun. We all share that same sun, these 7 planets. Okay, so Saturn is Cronus, which is also Capricorn. Is that possible? Yes. So Saturn is equal to Capricorn. Yes. I'm going down. I have these notes I've taken over the years. I'm just going through them. I'm looking at Abraham as Moses. There goes the thunder. So we got Abraham as Moses, who's Alexander the Great. They're the same person. So you see images of we see images of Alexander the Great, right? But I guess they had images of Moses also, but we don't know. But they're the same person. The 4 seasons, okay, summer, fall, they are actually the wives of the sons of Abraham, okay? The wives of the sons of Abraham. I love this one I'm going to get into right now because it's the pineal gland. So the sun is the pineal gland, huh? This is my notes. The moon is equal to the pituitary. What this means is the sun controls the pineal gland and the moon controls the pituitary gland. Those are our 2 most important glands in our brain, okay? And the pineal gland is my favorite for sure because the pineal, is represented as the pine cone. They look similar. And when I was in Vatican, I went to the Vatican, you could see the giant pine cone there, of course, because they know the importance of the pineal gland. The pineal gland is now calcified by simple stuff like water, fluoride, up to high level stuff, I would say, like the energies of, it could be from the propaganda media that affect us, which maybe calcify our pineal gland more because it's the third eye. The black cube. The black cube is the black sun, but the black cube is in Mecca. This equals Saturn. That black cube in Mecca is like so tied to Saturn. It's amazing. But Saturn's not bad. Saturn was at one point the number 1. When we were in the golden age. In the golden age, when we were closer to our sun, the Saturn was our sun, and the current sun was not visible. Soloman is Osiris. Okay, it's like they're the same person, but Solomon really is soul of man. It has to do with the spirit. The spirit is so important, and we got away from that by naming these characters. But Solomon, which is I think King Solomon was a grandson of I don't know, maybe not Jacob or Solomon is Osiris. The black sun is the pineal gland. They're all tied in. The soul, Solomon, soul is sun, S-U-N, okay? 666 is the energy frequency of Saturn. Energy frequency of Saturn is 666. So that's why we go back to Saturn, but I thought 666 was the carbon, the human, because we have the 6 protons, 6 electrons. So there's 3. 666 really, I thought was the human, which equaled carbon. And that's getting into melatonin, which is a totally different subject. I love the melatonin talk. Not melatonin, but melanin. Because we got melatonin, melanin, and serotonin. Okay, Yahweh, we say it was the old Jesus, or the Hebrew Israelites' God. But really, what Yahweh is, and it's an expression, it's the release of the dynamic energy, and it's really, of course, we still are so involved in this one, associated with the sexual urge. The releasing of the pressure buildup is Yahweh. So is it really a person? Was it really our God? Or really is it that energy buildup, again, going back to the spirit, energy buildup, then it's the release, because we know we should be practicing cum retention, because we're releasing too much of our secret oil that goes up our kundalini. Light of human consciousness, the eternal flame. So the Olympic torch really means the light of human consciousness, or the eternal flame, the Olympic torch. The serpent, Cush, K-U-S-H, equals black, or the son of Ham, because Noah had 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. And of course, my great 80 generations ago grandfather, he was from Canaan, and he was from the line of Shem, S-H-E-M. Egyptian staff of Osiris is 2 snakes. I love this one. The Egyptian, the medical sign. Our medical sign, which is that staff or staff with the snakes around it, 2 snakes, is actually it was back the Egyptian staff of Osiris, the 2 snakes, the left and the right brain. When those sticks do that, one's the left brain, one's the right brain. At the top of that staff is a pine cone, the pineal gland. And that's just mind boggles me how this is right now is a symbol for medicine, but it's also the same staff of Osiris, which was a god or a high dimensional being or a deity. A deity. It's like, what is it really a deity though? Okay. Isis was an Egyptian god. I've been to the temple of Isis. It was wonderfully maintained, or maybe it was restored, actually. I'm not sure, but the condition. But Isis was the only woman with the major temple. Okay? She was given away on the walls to the gods, different things than the men were given away at their temples. Not guns or animals. She was giving away Isis, I'm talking about, to the gods, offerings, jewelry and fragrances. Oh yeah, okay, I remember. 666 is proton, neutron, electron, which equals the carbon, which I thought was the human. So Saturn frequency is the human. God is the fixed signs of the zodiac. Who is God? God is the creator, the destroyer. They say God is the fixed signs of the zodiac. Maybe there's 4, which probably tie into the ether, or the 4 edges of a cross, Okay, Israel, the worship of all three, sun, moon, and Saturn. Isis is moon, Ra is sun, and El is Saturn. Okay, those are my notes I've taken over some time, and I just want to release what I'm talking about. I was talking about symbolism, and that's going to be from the Glynn Inniss Papers, and I'm just glad you listened and heard what I have to say. All right, well, stay tuned. I'll just talk about some more stuff as I continue to learn.